store.
We just heard President Biden address the nation for the first time since the election this week. During his speech, he said there would be a peaceful transfer of power. The president applauded his Vice President Kamala Harris for the campaign she ran.
She's been a partner and a public servant. She ran an inspiring campaign, and everyone got to see something that I learned early on to respect so much: her character. She has a backbone like a ramrod. She has great character, true character. She gave her whole heart and effort, and she and her entire team should be proud of the campaign they ran.
With former President Trump flipping Georgia from blue to red, turnout in some key metro Atlanta counties was the factor in how the GOP made it happen. Ariana Manish joining us from the newsroom with a look at that in the numbers. Ariana.
Aisha, President-elect Donald Trump's historic win on Tuesday. Republicans and Democrats are now analyzing how effective their approach was in getting voters to the polls. Now, Georgia Republicans say they were pleased to make gains in normally Republican-leading counties. State GOP Chairman Josh McCoons, he credits turnout amongst white women, Latino men, and younger voters for helping Trump win a second term. Now, Trump, he flipped the state back red by over 116,000 votes. Now, we looked at the numbers, and data shows in rural counties that Trump won back in 2020. He won by a much larger margin this time around, like in Bartow County, by over 5,000 more votes.
A huge victory for us here, validation of our strategy. Going after low propensity voters. We had tremendous success with that. Almost 20% of the people that voted in this election did not vote in 2020. If you look at most Georgia counties, they turned out in similar numbers from 4 years ago, but they shifted, the margin shifted to Donald Trump.
Now, Democrats, they're learning lessons in defeat. Democratic strategist Tyrone Johnson says while Vice President Kamala Harris raised money and rallied in critical swing states, she only had 106 days to make a splash, and says the outcome of this election shows the country felt like it was time for a change, and Trump represented that change.
I believe that had there been a little bit more runway for her, a little bit more time to introduce and sort of compete with the Trump campaign and make a compelling argument to the American people, she would have won. So what we got to do is regroup, accept the loss, and be ready to compete in 2026.
Now, data shows in Democratic strongholds like Fulton and DeKalb County, while the vice president, she did win those counties, she didn't perform as well as President Biden. She did receive more votes in counties like Henry and Douglas County than President Biden back in 2020.